All right, so let's start this broadcast with a big story that we are tracking here on WION. New Delhi is hosting a meeting of the National Security Advisors and top officials of the SCO. Now, India happens to be the current chair of the Shanghai Cooperation Organisation, and the meeting is being chaired by India's National Security Advisor Ajit Doval.
The SCO Charter also exhorts us to maintain and develop relations with other states and international organizations and to cooperate in the prevention of international conflicts and in their peaceful settlement. Excellencies, to my mind, if we follow these unexceptionable principles, we can make a significant contribution to our regional security and indeed global security.
Now, India's NSA, Ajit Doval, has outlined India's policy regarding terrorism and has said that any act of terrorism, regardless of its motivation, is just outright condemnable.
India's foreign policy is based on these very principles and reflects our commitment to the Charter of the SCO. Excellencies, terrorism in all its forms and manifestations and its financing are amongst the most serious threats.
And also in a veiled reference to Pakistan, which also interestingly happens to be a member nation of the Shanghai Cooperation Organisation, Ajit Doval said that all countries should fulfill their counter-terrorism cooperation protocol, such as implementing sanctions against certain global terror entities. Now, without naming China, the Indian NSA has also said that connectivity projects should be consultative, transparent and participatory, and they should also respect the sovereignty and territorial integrity of all nations. Now, India assumed the chairmanship of the grouping at the Samarkand SCO summit in September last year. Now, what is interesting is that Pakistan and China are attending this event virtually. While the chiefs of the Russian Security Council is attending this meeting in person, India assumed the chairmanship of the grouping at the Samarkand SCO summit in September last year. New Delhi is also holding a host of events leading up to the SCO Defence Ministers meeting, which is slated to take place in the month of April, that is next month, and also the Foreign Ministers meeting of the SCO nations in the month of May. The Shanghai Cooperation Organisation is an inter-government organisation established in 2001. It comprises of 8 member nations, including India, Pakistan, China, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, Tajikistan and Uzbekistan. And to give us more insights in terms of what's exactly happening at the SCO, we're being joined by our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Civil, who's joining us live from New Delhi. Siddhant, bring us up to speed with what is unfolding at the SCO.
Well, Mohammed, it was a day-long meeting in which all the countries participated. It was, of course, chaired by Indian NSA Ajit Doval. Now, as you pointed out, during his opening statement, he sent out message to both China and Pakistan. When it comes to China, 2 key messages. First, on connectivity, that connectivity projects should be transparent. Now, we know that China's Belt and Road Initiative, that's the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. A segment of it passes through Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. That irks New Delhi. The second, of course, is the respect for sovereignty and territorial integrity. Situation at the line of actual control, especially in India's northern borders with China, has been precarious, and we know that how Chinese were responsible for the aggressive actions against India since 2020. Now, for Pakistan, it was the issue of terrorism. The fact that Islamabad hasn't implemented sanctions, UNSC sanctions on listed terrorists, is something that New Delhi has been voicing its concerns from various international bodies. But nonetheless, this meeting is significant because this meeting essentially gives a go-ahead to other key meetings that we will see in next few months. India will be hosting the Defence Ministers meeting next month. Later on, the Foreign Ministers meeting in the month of May in Goa, followed by the big summit that will take place in the month of July this year here in Delhi. And this is for the first time that India is hosting the SCO summit, coinciding with its G20 presidency as well. So it's a big year for India to showcase its diplomatic skills, and of course how India has been taking a lead in terms of diplomacy and resolving global issues.
Absolutely, indeed, Siddhant. Thank you very much indeed for joining us and getting us all those insights there.